Phil!
Are you listening? Damn.
Good evening, everybody. This week, I want to talk about bosses versus leaders. Before we dive into everything, I want to specify something. I'm going to use the word he and him a lot, and if this offends anybody, and if the feminists want to jump on and start screaming about equal rights, I'm simply using that because I'm using myself as an example. So before you hop in the comments, pay attention. In today's day and age, more than ever before, people are choosing to start companies, be pioneers, venturing out into the unknown and building a structure from the ground up. Even though we might not like it, times are changing, and therefore so are the values. Once upon a time, you went to work and you worked your ass off. You knew your position and you did it well. It no longer works like that, sadly. It used to be very cut and dry. You did what you needed to do, you got it done, and you moved up the ladder. Nowadays, everything has to be sugar-coated and watered down. Everybody needs a pat on the head because everybody's an oversensitive pussy. So whether you do have your own business, you're running a business for somebody else, whatever it may be, in this mix, you might find yourself in a position of power. In short, you can be a boss or you can be a leader. What's the difference? It's the same thing, right? Not exactly. In my opinion, they're very, very different things. I'm going to lay it out for you a little bit. It's the difference. They're both in charge, right? Yes and no. The truth is, it's not always so black and white. But for the sake of this video, let's try to make it that way. Are you whipping the pack or are you running with them? So without further ado, let's jump into why I believe bosses and leaders are different things. What differentiates them? Status. So if you're a boss, status matters to you. It is important to you that everybody knows you're the boss. You walk around like the big swinging dick. You've got your arms crossed, presiding over your minion. I'm the boss. It doesn't so much matter what you get done in a day, as it matters how cool you look doing it. Always rub it in the employees' faces that you're the boss. I'm the boss. Always tell them that you went on a boss-exclusive vacation. Yeah, I vacationed down in the Keys. Always let them know you have a company credit card. Put it on the black card. A boss neglects to realize what leaders already know. A workplace is absolutely useless without the employees. The employees are the backbone of the company. Without them, you're fucked. The leader's gonna walk in the morning from the same parking lot as the employees. He's gonna drink his coffee from the same machine as the employees. He's gonna ask them about their weekend and genuinely care. Now, why do bosses harp so much on status? Often it's because they're insecure. They need people to know who they are and what they are. I'm the boss. And in my opinion, a lot of them probably shouldn't have that title. They don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. They may have put in the time, but not necessarily worked for it. Does that make sense to you? A leader is somebody who continuously, day in and day out, will bring something to the table. He'll not only bring something to the table, but he'll share it with everyone there and take the time to make sure that they understand it thoroughly. This isn't about him getting ahead. This is about them. This is about leading the team, the company, to victory. Speaking of getting ahead, what about hiring? Maybe it's happened to you before. You've walked into a job interview and you got this vibe that somebody felt they were a little superior to you. Then you sit down, you try to get comfortable, make the best of an uncomfortable situation, then the grilling begins. You can tell right away the difference between a boss and a leader on the day that you pass your interview. A boss is sitting there with his little cheat sheet, he's checking off boxes, he's looking you up and down like a steak, because he can't wait to boss you around. He hopes you've already realized he's the man in charge here. A leader's going to invite you in, ask you how you are, he's going to let you know that it's a friendly environment. He wants you to feel welcome. He wants you to feel like part of a team. He's looking for a teammate. Now the boss might open it up for questions at the end. Now I'm opening up the floor to you, little buddy. Impress me. It can be something as simple as salary. The leader's going to analyze what you said and he's going to give you an educated answer. The boss. I tell you, you work hard enough, little buddy. One day you might get to park my Ferrari. He's going to find a way to make you understand that no matter what you make, it's not going to be as much as him. Is that all you're asking for? Forgot people made that little. Keep in mind, this is only the hiring process. It gets worse from there. You need to spot these signs as an employee. As an employer, somebody who's looking to hire a good staff, don't be a douche in the interview. Let's jump to the other end of the spectrum. Sometimes a call has to be made. People have to get fired. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too sensitive of a word? Should I have perhaps went with let go instead. Pussies. The truth is, sometimes people need to be fired. Whether they're not doing their job, they're slacking, there's one of numerous reasons. But it has to be done sometimes, and there are two ways of doing it. A leader will have previously spoken to the employee and laid out his expectations and how they weren't being met. So a leader will bring you into the office. It will not be a spectacle. It will be a simple, I'm sorry you no longer meet our expectations, and though I've tried to communicate with you numerous times, there's something that clearly isn't working. Whatever it may be, we'll part on amicable terms, and if you do need a reference, I'll provide an adequate one. It's as simple as that. You don't need to be a dick. But then there's the boss. Hey James! Yeah, you're fired. How does the boss fire somebody? Yeah, I'd like to announce to all the employees that Jcwilliam is fired today. And he is out of here, folks. Alright, but seriously, get back to work. It's enough horsing around. Was that really necessary? No. You don't need to make somebody feel bad about themselves just to make you feel better. They're not meeting the job requirements. Simply let them go. And there are two ways of doing that. Again, are you the boss or are you the leader? I'm the boss. Okay, so let's assume that this company is not yours. You have somebody above you, an owner perhaps, or a couple owners, a panel of investors to answer to. This is where, once you've gotten through the hiring process, once you've gotten your initial impressions of this person, this is crunch time. When the owner walks in the building, whether it's a man, a woman, people are gonna know who they are. But nobody's gonna know them like the boss. It's always about the show and kissing ass. I'll eat the booty. Why kiss so much ass? A leader is more interested in the job at hand. It's more about, this is my team and I'm going to back them. I'm not gonna throw them under the bus for the littlest things or for mistakes that maybe I made. I don't want to take the hit for this. All these numbers that have been dropping around here. Somebody's gotta pay. Ain't gonna be me. One is going to kiss so much ass. You're looking good. You lose a little bit of weight. In hopes that they can mask the fact that they do absolutely nothing on a day-to-day basis other than remind the employees how important they are. Yeah, I'm the man in charge here. What do we do? We sell things to companies. I don't want to bore you with it, but the leader is going to address the topics at hand, the tasks at hand, the things that have been done well and the things that need improvement. It's going to be very goal-oriented, and that's the way it should be. This is, after all, a business. So if you're ever in a position of power and you need to choose between becoming a boss or a leader, choose to be the guy who's ready to make the company work no matter what, and stand up for his employees. Don't be that guy. My lord, 62 and looking that good. Can I get you a coffee? Can one of you guys whip him up a coffee, please? 2 sugars? Another thing that's really important is leading by example. If a leader asks you to do something, there's a good chance he already knows how to do it, because he's going to sit down with you and explain it if you don't know how. If you walk up to a leader with a genuine question or an issue, he's going to take the time to answer you with respect. Okay, so maybe you don't understand it, that's fine. I'm going to finish what I'm doing here. We're going to sit down together and we're going to figure it out. We're going to find a way to make this work. If you have a problem, and you go to see a boss, well, that might look something like this. That's not what I'm paid for. You figure that out. You get back to your desk, minion. I guess the reason for me making this video is that I've worked in a lot of different fields, in a lot of different positions, and it's constantly one way or another. I've been in a position of power, as I've been in any standard employee's shoes, and I've seen it both ways. I've seen the boss, I'm the boss, and I've seen the leaders. I have a lot more respect for the leaders. So the purpose of this video is really just to stress, are you a boss or are you a leader? Because this is something that I've recently been thinking a lot about. I've seen around me a lot lately, and it's affected people close to me. And I got asking myself, well, which one am I? And that's really what inspired me to make this video. So if you're watching, while it might be a little bit entertaining, I hope that you can relate to some of the examples, because maybe it'll help you to become a better leader. Because who really wants to be a boss? So before we wrap up tonight, I want to take a second to thank all the viewers for last week's video. It was a new record and it was fantastic. So thank you. For anybody new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Have a good night. It's an important call. It's an important call. I'm the boss. Coffee? I am the boss there! Take me seriously! Me! I wear the tie! I am the boss! So, yeah, it's pretty dead in here today, guys. So, Edward, you count the paper clips again, and, Edith, I want you to go ahead and just, pull all the shit off of that shelf and, put it back where you found it afterwards, alright? Put it on my tab. Sancos mojitos, por favor. Yeah, I vacationed down in Mexico, the Keys. I flew over to St. Tropez, Ibiza. Yeah, the natives call it Australia, I believe. Yeah, I'm the boss. I can chew gum and talk on the phone at the same time. No, I won't stop chewing my gum. I'm the boss. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm gonna make this coffee my bitch now. I like the mintiness that my gum brings to the coffee. This is locally brewed coffee, eh? I prefer to chew gum while I drink coffee. I am the boss. Yeah, of course I can blow a bubble. Who can't? Can't you see I am on the phone? I'm the boss! Wait. The phone is ringing, I think. Pork chop for supper. I like that a lot.